Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I am so fed up with the way that TikTok has ruined the general public's brain when it comes to consuming art. I had a conversation with one of my coworkers the other day where he was basically telling me that he saw one clip of a show that I was recommending to him, and that because he saw that clip and it looked like it was boring, he's not going to watch the show, which really frustrated me because it was one of the best clips in the entire show. And I said that to him, and he said, well, if it was one of the best clips, then why was it so boring? And I said to him, well, you didn't have any of the context of the build-up. You didn't watch all of the hours of the things that went into this. Now, this wasn't like deep into season 14 of a show or anything like that. This is like episode 2, season 1 of this particular show. And we kind of got into it where I was telling him, you can't say that the movie or that the show is bad just based off of a 30-second clip that you saw of it one time. And he said, well, it's basically like a trailer. And I had to argue, no, it's not. And then we had somebody else join into the conversation. And I was starting to say, TikTok has ruined your brain cells when it comes to, like the way that you consume art and all of these things. And somebody else came in and said, well, no, I mean, I'm almost 40 years old and I can barely even sit down and watch a movie myself. And I got to thinking, what have we come to? What has our attention span come to? The point where we can't even sit down and watch a 2.5-hour movie. Now, I know that this person is not the end-all be-all of the human existence and doing what everybody else is doing. And, like a mile marker for everything that's going on. But I think it's just like, I've heard this more often than not, like people do not find time to watch movies anymore because they sit locked in on their phone for 3 hours on TikTok, and then they say, oh, well, yeah, I saw bits and pieces of that movie. When we used to say that, it was because it used to be on TV, and we would have it on, and the commercials would come on, or you'd have to go to bed, or whatever the case may be. So you only saw like 30 minutes of it, 45 minutes of it. That's what bits and pieces used to mean. It doesn't mean seeing 30 seconds of a movie or a show and saying that this show is now bad. And I think that it's really like undermining everything that these people are doing. I heard somebody make a joke to a director one time where they were like really stressing how a shot was looking and how everything is, placed and the aspect ratio and all this stuff. And one of the actors came up and messed with him and said, hey, this all looks great, but how is this really going to look on the phone? When I'm watching it on my phone. And I thought, damn, yeah, that kind of is like a slap in the face. And the director got pissed. That kind of is a slap in the face to anybody that makes movies, thinking, wow, somebody's just going to cut this all down to a small screen on my phone. Now, I won't take it that far because, yes, I do love watching movies on my phone. I love watching movies as many ways, as much as I possibly can. And that's something that I think, is the reason why I get so upset and so passionate about this. Most of the conversation that I have with at work with other people, is about movies because that's my main interest. Most people are not interested in poker, for instance, which is my other main interest. So I'm not going to talk to them about poker. But mostly everybody has seen movies. They like movies. They might not watch them often, but they do enjoy them, and they do enjoy sitting down and watching a movie versus just sitting down and watching a bunch of people talking about movies like I am right now and never going and watching the movie for yourself. I have one of my favorite comments on this YouTube channel was, I had a very strong opinion on a movie being very bad. And somebody commented, yeah, I think I'll just watch it and form my own opinion anyways. And I thought, yeah, that's great. I mean, obviously, that's what you should be doing. Leaving a comment about that on a YouTube channel is a little bit insufferable and annoying. But I did agree, and I thought to myself, yeah, that guy's kind of got his head screwed on straight. If he's seeing this video, listening to it, listening to the differing opinion, and then turning around and saying, no, I'm going to go ahead and watch it on my own. Which is something that I think is getting lost on this generation. And I think that it's something that, I found a problem with it in myself of I haven't seen a movie but I'll watch a clip. I'll find a random clip. It'll come up on my feed, and it'll show me the movie that I've never seen before. And it looks really, really, really good. And I'll think to myself, wow, this movie looks awesome. I should watch it. So then I'll go and I'll find it and I'll watch it. Well, come to find out that that clip that I saw spoiled the best thing about the movie. So yes, I did enjoy the movie, maybe not as much as I would have if I hadn't seen the clip. And that's something that is extremely frustrating to me, because it's sort of this double-edged sword situation where you're saying to yourself, I wouldn't have watched the movie without the clip, but now I'm so mad that I saw the clip, I wish that I would have saved it and that it wouldn't have been spoiled. And that's kind of what I think most people should be. They should be seeing that, and they should be categorizing that in their brain and saying, okay, this is not something that I liked, having this spoiled. I should, next time that I see a movie clip, maybe just scroll off of it. And maybe that allows you to see less movies when you would have seen, you know, certain things that are maybe out of your comfort zone. Maybe that ruins something to a certain aspect. But I think when you take something that somebody has spent months, years of their time on, the directors, the actors, the staff, everybody, this crazy person who's trying to run me off the road right now, I can't even drive straight anymore. When you take all this stuff into account that they did, all this time that they spent, just seeing it and being like, oh yeah, I'm just going to discount that. Or yeah, I just saw the best scene and it looked like it was pretty good. So maybe I'll watch it one day, but that scene I always know. It just sucks and it's sad, and there's nothing that anybody can do about it. And I just wanted to rant, not to be a doomer about the situation of the world, but I mean, at a certain point, you know, there's going to be AI people, you know, people having AI make movies, and we're going to have to push back about that. And that'll be something that hopefully I can make a video on. So anyways, this is just something that I wanted to talk about, something that's really frustrated me in the last few years that I've seen in myself and with other people as well, that there's just really not as much respect for movies as there used to be. And I love movies, and I wish that more people knew that they loved movies instead of just, oh yeah, I watch a couple movies every week. I wish that you knew, no, I love movies, and you should be pissed when that joy is being taken away for other people. Have you ever showed somebody a movie for the first time and you've sat there with them and you know exactly what happens, and you're just biting your tongue and you're just waiting for the really cool part to happen, and you can't wait to see what they're going to say, or if they already got it, or if they, had no idea it was coming. You know, all these amazing feelings just showing somebody a movie for the first time. That's how it is posting to social media, talking about these movie reviews. That's how it is talking to other people in real life and saying, yo, have you seen this movie? I just watched this. It was so awesome. I think you would love it. And then them coming back to you and saying, dude, that movie was great. I did love it. So anyways, that's basically about all I wanted to talk about. I was going to try to stretch this video over to 10 minutes, but I'm thinking, why not? The shorter, the better. This one I did not record the gameplay for. For whatever reason, the gameplay recording, it's making it look like really, really bad quality on my last video, the Scary Movie 6 video. But if you're still around for this, please go like and subscribe, and go and like that video, because I need some support on that. Even though the quality is bad, the commentary is good. I'm going to figure out the quality thing. If I have to record the gameplay like I'm doing now while I'm talking, then that's fine. I'll just have to figure that out and just get better with speaking and playing at the same time. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please, for the love of God, watch more movies. That's the end of this video. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.